All right, Fat Boy Fadeaway Sports post-game reaction, Game 2 NBA Finals. I'm smiling this time, and it's actually because we won this time, Tyler. Big win for the Warriors. Come through. Tight first half. We'll get into the details, but bottom line, a must-win situation. The veterans played big. They end up getting pushed by the Celtics in the first half. A lot of what you expect in a game two, going into the critical game three. Much more trash talking. The series is really starting to juice up, my friend. Like, you can just feel the Celtics. Draymond really brought a different level tonight to where the Celtics, I think, if you're any Celtics fan out there, you probably hate him more than ever after tonight's game. I can't imagine you liking him very much tonight. So what's your initial thoughts of the game here?
Draymond brought the energy that it was welcome to the NBA Finals. The Warriors, the first.
Tyler.
I didn't hear you. What?
Very first play of the game, he brought the energy.
Yeah. Warriors game one didn't have that energy. They didn't play like it was the NBA Finals, like it was for all the marbles. And today they did. I liked how my first reaction was, I'm glad they played Gary Payton.
Oh, he was good.
He made a difference. You could just tell that everything was more difficult on the perimeter. Marcus Smart was a no-show, which was a beautiful thing to see. Al Horford did what I expected. I wasn't worried Al Horford hitting 6 threes, like I said after the game. One podcast. And their role players played like role players on the road. And we blew them out.
They treated, I thought, Horford a lot more seriously from the very beginning. I thought that was a big difference. Like, every time he touched the ball, they were kind of pressuring him. You know what I mean? They didn't really give him any easy looks, and they tried to ice him a few times, and he didn't get anything there. And then Smart, he just was a little bit off his game. He actually helped us more. He took out Williams for us. He just was everywhere on the court, though. He just falls everywhere. And somebody's getting knocked down when he's around. What'd you think about the death kind of lineup? I call it the death D lineup, when I thought they went Wiggins, Green, Peyton, they went Curry, and then they had who else am I forgetting in there? Otto in there. I thought that was a really good defensive lineup to have all those guys in there, especially at that time early in the second quarter. Kind of give them like full on the ball energy, make Boston really have to push, because let's be honest, Boston got off to another good start. Jaylen Brown was out of his mind to start the game. They were leaving him wide open. They gave up 30 points in the first quarter. It wasn't like a very good defensive first half. They kind of got lucky because I thought Curry just kind of bailed us out a little bit in the end of the first quarter there. So by him kind of bailing us out, it gave us new life. And I think that was a big play there going to the second quarter. But I was impressed with Brown again. But the Warriors were able to shut him down a little bit too there. So I don't know. What did you think of that lineup?
The lineup was great. As soon as they went to that lineup, the whole game changed.
Oh,
Gary Payton, I feel like Wiggins and Steph Curry and Draymond are the three most important players on the Warriors. They can't not be in important times of the game, because Wiggins is giving them so much defensively. Like, he's guarding Horford, he's guarding Tatum, and he's doing a great job. But that lineup in particular, it just gives them fits because they have people they can just switch all 5 positions, no worries. As long as Gary Payton doesn't get matched up on Horford 2 feet from the hoop, it's really not that big of a mismatch either way.
I don't like to bring up the refs a lot, but I thought I was kind of a little frustrated with the refs early in the game. I thought Boston was getting, like, within the first 2 quarters, I thought Boston was getting away with a lot of hand grabbing on the dribble and off the ball a little bit more. Like, they just were. I know it's the finals and they let it go, but man, for the Warriors, that just does not help their offense at all when you're not calling any of that stuff at all. Like, it makes it really hard on them. And then, to that point there, I thought the Warriors kind of started to get a little bit more of the calls. And this is me not trying to be a homer. I'm trying to be honest. I think the Warriors did get some friendly calls. I thought Draymond got a lot of rope tonight. I thought the energy was good, but I thought he got a lot of rope. I was a little worried about he might get a technical when they reviewed that. And they got Van Gundy and Jackson saying, "Oh, this would be a double technical at any point of their season regular." Like, shut up.
But they're not wrong, though.
I'm not saying they're wrong, but it's like, I'm glad the NBA made a good decision for once and not just,
Gabby came on and set them straight. He said, "This isn't the technical of the NBA Finals."
I was very proud of Steve for doing that. And like I said, Draymond, he is what he is, but I just felt like that was a big play, was that lineup, and just brought a whole different energy. And Peyton was fantastic tonight. All right. I got a few questions. We'll end it here, and we can gotta wrap it up as we kind of talk about the game still. Biggest play of the game. Like, was there a play that really stood out where you're like, all right, it could be a small moment, it could be a big moment. Like, was there one where it just kind of changed the game, you felt like?
I think it might have been the double technical and then not calling the technical and then calling the double technical. It seemed like everything settled down from there on out. And they started playing real basketball.
It's funny you bring that up because it was pretty intense there. Draymond was really bringing Tyler a whole different energy. Like,
he was a little overboard, but he probably felt his team needed it, so he just came and brought that energy.
No, come on, that was like totally like this guy coming into like an open gym, and he was, you know what I mean, just played at a whole different intensity as everybody else, running his mouth. I think he was doing it to get his team up, though. I agree. And I think to get himself up, because he was really bad last game. He was really bad.
That was an understatement.
Yeah. So I think that's a big part of why he was acting like that. But he's lucky he didn't get tossed. I think that's a good call there. I thought biggest play of the game was Otto's three with about 4 minutes left in the third. When it was like a 12-point lead and the Celtics hit 2 threes there. Tatum was still feeling it. They were in the middle.
Who made the extra pass to Otto in the corner? That was a good bounce pass. Like, I thought was just going to get kicked out of bounds. And I was like, don't pass. And then it was a good pass.
I want to say it was Clay's. I think that's who it was. But Otto hit that big three there. I thought that was like, okay, 9-point lead again. Here we go. Yeah, I can breathe a little bit. And then we got the next couple baskets. The free throw line. All right. I also thought the other play was the Jordan Poole shot in the third quarter. We got to mention that one a little bit too. That was the knockout kind of punch at the end of the third.
That was just spectacular. He just took a jump shot from half court. Hit nothing but net. You don't see it every day.
So this leads to my next question. Who's our player of the game?
I go with Draymond just for bringing that energy. As much as I was like, this guy's going to lose us the game by getting thrown out of the game for the first half, it worked out. So, he brought that energy and we got the win.
I'm shocked you said Green. To me, it was like it had to be Curry. 29 points, 5 of 12, 9 of 21 shooting. He dictated everything early on, but we were struggling.
He didn't play that great. He just had that flurry.
Yeah, and I felt like he was a calmness there throughout the whole game, and especially early. He didn't even play the whole all in the fourth quarter, right?
No one played except Draymond and Clay in the fourth.
24. I thought he was fantastic. I also want, obviously, Poole to me runner up there. You got Draymond there. I had him third. Adjustment you like to see a team make going forward. It could be Boston or what would you make if you're either team here going into game 3?
I'm getting Moody some minutes. I still think he's going to have to do something. I think he's too big, too strong. He's young. He's going to make some mistakes, but he's just the type of player they need, especially if Clay's playing the way he played tonight. Yeah,
let's go there. Let's go there. That's our L of the game. Clay was terrible. He was just awful. It felt like he just didn't belong.
He looked like he'd never been. He looked like a rookie.
It was not good.
He looked like Mike Dunleavy out there. I thought he was going to take his shirt off, throw it in the crowd in frustration.
He was definitely Will Ferrell tonight, the best version of him. All right, prediction for game 2, then we'll let you eat dinner over there. Where do you go? Prediction game 2. Who do you got? Huh?
I got
game 3. Sorry, game 3. Who do you got? Let me double check. This is Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night, right?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
All right, so who do you got in Boston? The rest, I feel like I'm very curious to see the calls early on, aren't you?
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of calls. I bet a lot of whistles.
Come on, they're gonna be getting Smart's gonna be getting more staff.
As long as every time Grant Williams and Draymond come near each other, it's gonna be a foul.
Grant's not backing down. Grant was trying to get him ejected.
He went after him in the fourth. He was trying to get him ejected.
He was trying to get him ejected there. Thankfully, Draymond didn't kick Brown. He just slapped him this time. He didn't get
him a little push.
That was important. All right. So what do you think? Warriors pull it out?
Yeah, I mean, I have Celtics in 6, but now I want
You have the Celtics?
That was my original prediction, Celtics in 6. I gotta go Warriors. My prediction's gonna change now. I just can't do
It's not a
it. It's
real
too hard to
prediction.
talk about it. I got Warriors. They're gonna win by 6. 112 to 106.
I had Warriors in 6. So this is a big game. If they're going to win it in 6, this is but their
Almost a
history tells me
must-win.
their history tells me they're going to win a road game. So we'll see if that stays true here.
And to keep the streak alive.
Goes to Boston. It's going to heat up, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be here to wrap up Game 3. Actually, I will maybe not be here to wrap up Game 3. I might be out,
in Monterey.
Maybe we'll see. I might be back. I think it might be a shorter trip than we thought. But anyways, big game, Game 3. The intensity to me, Tyler, is get a whole different level. I just don't want the Warriors to get blown out. That to me, I want them to show up. Sometimes in these games, they have a bad Game 3 history. So at times, so let's see what they can do. Kind of avoid the crushing here, the onslaught of Boston noise. But the Celtics haven't been as good at home. So we'll see if that holds true too. So all right, Tyler, have a good one, man. Peace.
Yep, you too.